Hello, hello, hello. Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. Is everyone here? Is anyone here? Is there anybody out there? So, you guys excited? No, no one is because nobody knows what's going on. And everyone thinks that the government's not going to speak out. Oh, some of them aren't, but they will. And the Pentagon, not the first time they get caught in a big lie. And when we say the Pentagon, it must be very insulting for the most of the people working there that are not bad. Not everyone's working on these clearance, free access programs, right? Are all signing wagers and they're all doing this and that, signing stuff, not being allowed to speak out. But a lot of information is coming out. You guys got to stay up to date with the news. I'm telling you, we have a lot of insiders, whistleblowers on the intelligence community. And listen, you're allowed your opinions. A lot of you here, some of my best friends, disagree with that, and that's okay. I'm telling you the news that was declared. I haven't given my opinion yet. I'm like you guys. I'm hoping for the best. Hello, Rumble. Hello, Twitter. We have some good updates on the UFO news. Obviously, I have tons of UFOs taking off from here. The Thanks for subscribing, by the way, to all newcomers. My name is Bruce Swartz. I'm on the outskirts of Montreal. A lot of activity around where I am. I'm going to invest in an infrared drone. We're going to be looking at together very soon because now these nice days coming, the activity outside, I'm starting to get really excited. And as much as I want to hurry up and get the drone, I'm still going to get the right one. We have a FLIR camera, heat signature cameras. We have the sensors and radars that I bought and will buy also for leading up to the summer, so that we can have a little bit of a basic Skinwalker Ranch like beginning of a um, farm. I don't know what to call it here. I'm inside of something here. There's something going on here in my town. And I will also be heading out through the province of Quebec. And when I say throughout the province, not necessarily going to Nunavut at the end of, past Quebec or whatnot. But I do want to venture out a little bit to see if the lights are really only here or elsewhere. Temperatures here are warmer, by the way, in my town than all the other towns around me all the time. So that's another thing that's a little special. Thank you very much, Darla. The dude is here. Elias, Crazy Music Space Jam. Anika, Gary Elrod. Happy Friday, my friends. Claude, listen, there's firsthand evidence. There's lots of things to talk about. There's Daniel Sheehan. These are names that you're going to have to pick up on. He is being interviewed by Ross Coulthart, who, by the way, is a lawyer. Ross Coulthart. He's also an investigative reporter, journalist. And he interviewed Daniel Sheehan. And this was about 2 or 3 days ago. He's everywhere. He's on News Nation. He's on Twitter and whatnot. There's a push on the inside in bringing out truth. He confirms to us that on the inside, the intelligence community, everything, the intelligence community committee, the insiders, the ones high up on these projects, are speaking out because they're concerned about the lies that are happening. So there's one person, Daniel Sheehan, and he obviously signed something, wasn't allowed to speak out about something, but now he is going public. He went public with it. Ronald Reagan, an executive order a while back. Obviously, some of you would maybe be familiar with the executive order, not necessarily the number. It was 12333. Executive order, but that order, Donald Reagan. Oh my gosh, there's a good omen. Donald Reagan. Well, I don't think I had the right name. Ronald Reagan passed that, and that forbid the Pentagon or U.S. Defense and Arrow that came eventually afterwards from doing any influence campaign, meaning using the media or the public. But it happened, and that is exactly what they did. Daniel Sheehan has firsthand evidence that the alien retrieval program exists. So there's no two ways about it. It's all, it exists. They all exist, and for whatever the reason, they just made a very big mistake by lying through their teeth because there is evidence. If they say there's no evidence, they're going to lose all credibility. Not that they had that much credibility, but again, Pentagon is huge. The ones higher up, there must be only a handful of people that are holding this back. National security, intelligence, the community there, national, what is it, NSA or in the States, national security, whatever. Those people higher up, there's a secret being held. The legacy. Have you ever heard of the legacy? It's a legacy project, right? Or program, legacy program. And these are programs that absolutely have to be held top secret. There's confirmation that the US government right now are, involved in the alien retrieval programs, but a very big program to back engineer alien technology and exotic technology, out of this world technology. They have the evidence and the proof. A lot of the whistleblowers, spoke to Congress and spoke to in a skiff and whatnot. What is the public going to hear? The Pentagon, everyone's saying it's complete bullshit. What they said, it was a joke. They have the public report. There was nothing that was said in the public report. And it's all about that truth that's going to come in. It's going to slowly be dragged out of them. They're going to be barred, locked, no more funding, anything. The Pentagon is screwed, literally. And a lot of people say, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be dismantled. It's already being dismantled, right? Some names and companies that are coming up in the air. And speaking of companies, let me go get the image because that's an image of some employees from that company nobody has. Northrop Grumman. I do this every time. I do this every time. Fuck it. All right, I do this every time, but either way, Northrop Grumman. I have some images of them. They were working, Northrop Grumman and a lot of companies during the landing way back in '69. Not necessarily out of context, but we're going to go back a little bit. There was a lot of people that were hired to do these missions, like thousands of people, hundreds and hundreds of companies. You have private aerospace companies. You have Northrop Grumman, one of them, and one of the people that I know, a friend of mine. Linda has a family member that worked at Northrop Grumman and was working on a mission during the '70s. Either it was a '69 one or the probably the ones that went in 1970, right? Um, After, in 1971, '72, supposedly the last time that they went to the moon. He worked on oxygen, the box and the hose and everything, had a grade 8 education, not a great education, a grade 8 education to do so. Lots of people were working on that. He moved eventually and moved to Florida, where he was working eventually. This guy was from Ormstown, right? And apparently even the lander had wound up in Ormstown. The lander that was, prepared to go to the moon, or the one that went. I don't know how they would have brought that back, but anyway, you got to wonder a lot of things when you look at the silliness and what they're saying. But what did it give the Pentagon to lie? Well, it's because it's absolutely a program that cannot be leaked out. So that scares me even more because all these big professional people are not even considering that. The moon is part of the issue. And what I'm filming on the moon is definitely part of the issue. And if they're hiding that, that means the secret's even bigger. There's even more stuff that they're going to be trying to hide about the moon. Lots of stuff. Not Ed Sheeran, no verse. Daniel Sheehan. What else about him? So he has firsthand evidence of the retrieval programs. So he gave that evidence to Arrow, right? And when he gave that evidence to Arrow, well, they held the evidence back and they're not talking about it. And they're now coming out declaring, like you all know, saying that there was nothing, especially not in the US on any program, any alien findings. Nothing alien, no alien technology, no alien bodies, no alien beings. But the evidence is all there. So if the Pentagon doesn't want to talk about it, it doesn't matter because the evidence isn't going to come out through the Pentagon. It's going to be leaked out from the inside of the Pentagon through the insiders on the inside that are talking. So now, guys, hang tight. Whether we believe that or not, it doesn't matter. But if Ross Coulthart gave us that information, just sit with it. That's all we've been doing for years, sitting and waiting to see what's going to come out, right? Daniel Sheehan. So the interview, Ross Coulthart did that on News Nation. If you guys want to check it out, it was a pretty crazy interview. I'll be honest with you. They're mad, obviously, because they want this truth to come out. So now it's up to also Congress, with information coming out from Daniel Sheehan that there is clear firsthand evidence of a retrieval program. What is the Congress going to do with him? Is it, they're going to, in the skiff, going to talk to him in the skiff or whatnot? And what are they going to bring to the public about it? Apparently, Ross Coulthart said they were speaking to insiders on the Intelligence Committee and all the goods, all the areas where a lot of us believe they're all frauds and just bad people, right? So Ross Coulthart apparently is in communication with some people that want to bring that truth out on the inside and want more transparency to the public. I know that they're lingering on that, but hey, it could possibly happen. Don't forget, Canada's waiting for the first one, UFO report at the end of the summer, once it arrives, or at the beginning of fall. Um, there's a lot of UFO activity here in Quebec. And as a matter of fact, it just so happens that it could be that Canada is a big part of the whole entire secret about UFOs. And maybe Canada is a country that is a little more hidden and that there's a lot more UFO activity here, apparently. And this is just coming out. We know in the States, there's lots of UFO activity, by the water, California, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and all that area. As you guys are always, in the States reporting lights seen there. All of the states have reports of lights in general, but there's more activity in certain areas. So that one with Daniel Sheehan is going to be interesting. So direct evidence of alien life. And this is the defense and intelligence insiders. People on the inside of the U.S. defense could possibly, hey, we'd hope, right? Like there's no way in hell that I would believe that they're all bad. They could be though, but I hope not. You'd hope that there are some people on the inside that are going to want some of that information to come out. Obviously, coming out. They're hiding my research because of that, for sure. What I showed on the moon, just a couple of the UFO videos where they're leaving certain craters. I'm getting it more and more, showing it in different areas, biological life and everything. You imagine that how far that would be in the disclosure, if any would ever come out, like 2,100, 2,200? When would they want to admit that? Are people going to be alive today? Are we all going to be alive and find out the truth? I think so. I think so. And I think it's going to be pretty drastically fast. Bonjour, Claude. Merci. Christopher, thanks you guys. Bojack, almost first, but always almost first, man. Thank you. If not first, as you always are, you guys. Thank you for taking the time to stop on by and see the channel. So that executive order was Ronald Reagan, and that forbids the Pentagon to lie, to manipulate, to have any influence campaigns, and that's what they're doing, and they're holding the truth back. So everyone's turning to Congress to wait for the truth to come out. So you guys that think that this is going to take years, it's not. It's not going to take years to come out. That's for sure. Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, you got companies like Boeing that possibly have alien technology and access to alien technology. The crazy story is that some SEAL teams are going to retrieve this alien tech and bringing these objects. I don't know what are they doing, dealing them, so wheeling and dealing them. It's almost like I keep saying it, there's a market, right, for alien technology. And what countries have this technology, which would be very concerning. So, spy much? You can imagine lots of spy stories related to what's going on. I think it's just absolutely that. Romania, thank you very much. Hey, Romania in the house. That's awesome. Proto 718, thank you very much for being here. Hauser, how are you, man? Hey, no problem, bro. Thanks for being here. Nicole S., good day to you. Thank you very much, Nicole. Thanks for the comments, everyone. Mr. William Shuttles, how are you, brother? Remember when I said that we are the disclosure together? Yes, the people are the disclosure. Ross Coulthard even said it. Thanks for everything, William. Ross Coulthard said that the people will be the ones that push this information to come out. If not, if there's no interest, if people aren't interested, it's not going to come out. But it's more serious than we think. There is a retrieval program. It's being organized, guys. So in other words, the information came out that there's alien technology, right? Over the years, Roswell and stuff, alien technology, but I think they just found something really incredible. And when they did, and don't forget, last stream I talked to you guys about also a large UFO that's hiding under a building. The building has dual modes, dual functionalities. Is it a big Greek Colosseum like sort of arena object area, or is it under the Vatican? Where could it be? Do you think there's only one UFO that's crashed on Earth and that they're hiding? It's obviously found after they dug it out. Like one X-ray, right? Don't forget they want to X-ray Earth because they say the core stopped. There's another thing that people have forgotten. Earth's center core stopped and is possibly starting to turn back the other way. So they were talking about doing like a sonogram or sonde in French, just to X-ray, right? To X-ray the belly of Earth. And what do you think they're going to see when they do that? They're going to see all the empire outlines or whatnot, anything big civilizations that was there. So obviously they know all about that. They know all about that. What countries know more? That's, that's, it's a shit show. That's why there's a war to go, into the other countries and gain control, the oil and everything. Look, Hillary Clinton's brother, Tom, owns all the gold in Haiti. That just came out. You see what's happening, eh? They're buying out all the countries. But the worst of it is some of the countries are selling everything up. They're selling their people out. Just like, go ahead, take our, give me lots of billions and go ahead and do what you want. It's all about the money. Andrew, thanks, man. But don't get discouraged and don't think that we're not going to hear about UFOs and find out the truth. We're going to find not just out the truth. There's going to be some scary revelations that are going to come to the table. It's not just going to be all really cool and find out that the aliens are here and they open Costco's. It could be a little more nefarious. It could be a little dark. Maybe not, but it could be. When they tell me that military officials have been harmed by aliens before, well, what were the humans doing? Right? You think an alien from another world is going to come down and attack someone playing a banjo on a rock or something? I don't think so. But maybe a military in a jet or with frequencies or something. They have a way to shoot down UFOs. This was talked about on the before last UFO report, the UFO report that was right before the Pentagon's report, which is a bum report, by the way. It's complete dog shit. That's what Ross Coulthard was saying. And it is. I didn't hear much from Tim Burchett about it. I don't even know if the poor guy said anything about it. And again, if you guys don't know those people, Paula Luna and stuff. So David Grush, everything that he's saying, it's not him that even witnessed most or any of this. It's he was in charge of a secret programs, right? For UFOs, right? UAP task force. And he had a lot of people coming forward to him, talking and admitting to him that, some things are going on. It does concern us. And hopefully that's the reason why they want to bring it out. But what's really concerning is what the hell or who the hell are the people and why the hell are the people hiding it? That's scary because it would make no sense that someone would be working with aliens. So there you got maybe your answer. Are we working with aliens? Well, we could possibly be working with extraterrestrials. If you're new to the channel here and just subscribe, thank you so much, guys. And thanks for coming by the stream. You have to check out all the videos this week, last week, and all of last month and just start rolling back and look at the UFOs that are lifting up from the ground here by the hundreds. And they're not they're not satellites, absolutely not satellites, right? Whether it's some type of secret technology or drone or whatnot, this is still farmland. And it would be drones taking off over IGA and the brightest area with the most stores in my farm town here. It would make absolutely no sense. So we got to use common sense a little bit. People are forgetting that, eh? People don't have to use common sense anymore because artificial intelligence is writing your theses for you, writing your hypothesis. You don't have to come up with your own thoughts whatsoever. But artificial intelligence, it's coming to the table now that it has no creativity, by the way. Highly doubt it's going to be sentient, even though they're saying that by 2029, apparently they're going to be sentient. I don't believe it, especially not Gemini. Doesn't like white people very much, eh? Did you hear about that one? They only make black people. Well, hello to everyone else then. Why would you say that, my friend? You don't want to say hello to me? Just scrolled up about 60 people. Hey, Bruce, at 101. Hey. Make an unboxing tomorrow. Just receive a package from Timu, our friend Elias. So I don't open it now and keep it for tomorrow. What could it be? If you guys don't know Elias and his channel Crazy Music Space Jam, are you making the unboxing on your Elias channel, or could it be on your Crazy Music Space Jam channel? Let us know. Star Hunter, thanks for being here, brother. Denise, thank you. Hi. Thanks for the interest, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. From the family out of the sarcophage. Yeah. It's energy. And the Ankh, I also believe, is part of the secret, the UFO secret. Hello, Rumble. Hey, guys. Thanks a lot, for being here. Ed for Action, thank you very much. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Anika, how are you today? Thank you so much. There's his music channel, our friend Crazy Music Space Jam. We have a lot of fun there on weekends, guys. A lot of instruments, and he's got the programs and everything he's using. Very well equipped with several instruments. We have a hell of a good time. Subsailor, how are you? Absolutely. Join the fun on Elias's channel, 1 p.m. live streaming with Elias. New unboxing. Right on. There we go. Thanks, buddy. We'll be there, man. I will. Bruce, you will be blessed beyond your wildest dreams. Denise Martinez, Martinez, thank you so much for the kind words. LA in the house. Thank you very much. Yes, lots of incidents happening. Whistleblower, aviation whistleblower, was just killed in his car to bullet to his head for having spoken about Boeing company, using used parts. Ottawa, His Highness in the house. Hey, that face you make when you realize Project Bluebeam had nothing to do with fake invasion and everything about blue roofs. There you go. A blue color. We're starting to get some intelligent people talking about that one. A lot of blue comments, right? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, blue's my favorite color. It's the only gray hat I have. Blue hats. It's funny, when I had headaches, I put on my hat and I felt better. 5G, not able to penetrate the color blue. Paint your roofs blue and walk around in blue clothing. Well, as a matter of fact, isn't that the color of all the NATO tanks and uniforms and hats? Walking around. They're the ones beaming everyone with their weapon, and they're the ones walking around in blue. I think it's pretty obvious what's going on. It's going to be so sweet, guys, that the Truth is going to slowly leak out. Get ready. Every week, every month, every 3 months, we're going to hear about a UFO found somewhere that's been hidden and maybe even bodies in it. Then we're going to hear about the UFO with the building over top where it is, maybe. But see, all these buildings have a functionality. It's sort of like Area 51. Once people found out when Bob Lazar mentioned Area 51, what the hell do you think happened? People wound up there, the alien over there, lots of activity. It's the UFO highway, whole bunch of people, Route 66. It's just this incredible thing. Even me as a Canadian, it's a dream for me to go down there. I would have gone down there. I was supposed to go down with our friend Marty, but unfortunately, who passed away, poor Marty, had built his observatory, had invited me down, was contributing to the channel. He building his own observatory and carefree observatory. And unfortunately, didn't get a chance to go down there. But then the pandemic hit and everything, so it'll be a fat day in hell before I go down to the States. Definitely. I'm not going to go down there with Biden president. That's for sure. Probably keeping Canadians. Would probably put a wig on me and traffic me. Wouldn't take a chance to go down. Have I said too much? Hola, Marasa familia, my friends, jury. Merci, thank you, muchas gracias por venir a mi canal de investigación de ovnis. Ooh. That's all I say. That's all I can say. How are you, Kai? Hi, jury. Thank you very much. Merci. LA in the house. Thank you very much, my friends. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to start seeing some good stuff? Do you guys and gals think Twitter, Rumble, any platform you're on, what do you think? Do you think that it could be possible that on the inside of a large agency like the Pentagon, US Defense, that there could possibly be some good people there, that they're not all just signing wagers to shut up? One thing is a fact. Those programs that Ross Coulthart was talking about, the deep programs, you have to lie to get into those programs. You can't tell the truth. You're going to have to lie through your teeth when you get in there. You're not going to be able to turn around and say, well, I just saw alien testicles, and turn around and talk about it. It's not going to happen. Compartmentalization is very easy for them. They can do it quite easily. Just like, Wizard of Oz, man behind the yellow curtain. There's one behind the curtain, but there's probably another curtain, another yellow curtain further behind, another curtain further behind. That's another thing. Not a lot of people know that happens at fraction. There is an amount of money on your head, both when you're born and when you die. And, whether you could even see those numbers in documentation, like 10,000, 15,000, 25,000 as the years progress. And they own us. So we're literally like slaves, literally slaves. Tonight, too, guys, we are doing a live stream. Maybe I'll get a video together. Obviously, not maybe. I'm here to produce videos, obviously. Weather's scaring me, even though I'm enjoying the weather. Darla, we're supposed to get a cooler, not cold, cooler end of March than it was at the beginning of March. Turmoil weather, more tornadoes in our region, Darla. Earthquakes and tornadoes are happening more and more here in Quebec. You watch the change. And people aren't realizing that there's only going to be two areas in the world where everything really changes, right? The Southern Pole and in the North Pole. Like, there's going to be a drastic change and everything. There's going to be a change worldwide, but a major shift in the weather. Boy, we're going to get earthquakes and tornadoes and whatnot. Hopefully not volcanoes coming up under Canada. But I see that as happening realistically. I appreciate that, Kai. Yep, I saw they were talking about that. Mojo's Mama B, thanks for being here. Lassen Foundation, thank you very much. Sibyl Hicks, Alabama, for more details. Yeah, I'm familiar with that too. Hey, Lassen, thanks a lot. I'm catching up to the time here. I'm doing good. Thanks for being here, everyone. Remember, everyone, to help others. That's why we're here. Absolutely. Fend for your neighbors. Remember during the pandemic when they started getting neighbors calling in against your neighbors? No two ways about it. They're trying to make us fight altogether. It's a sad thing that they're trying to do that. It is very sad. I don't have a racist bone in my body. I respect all the religions that are here, even the ones that clash with me. Not because your religion clashes with me that we have to clash. No, right? Denis la bonté, 100%, mon frère. 100%, Dennis. Yep. We are the force, one strong force together. And we can accept all the differences, all our differences for the time that we spend together. Like we can leave our differences actually, you know. Don't have to walk by with a ankh or cross on your neck, necessarily. People can go in regular clothing and get together and have a barbecue or something. Now, I know some of you don't eat meat and whatever, but you got to laugh. You got to laugh at it. I respect all the other religions. I never had any problems with it. I know mostly in my life, what I've seen, all the religions here, even the ones that the people say that are bad, I've never had any problems with the people here in my country. Never seen any really racist stuff going on. I think it's focused in the States what they're doing, deliberately doing it. It's propaganda campaign. I think we all know what that is. We are just talking about the influence campaign. The Pentagon, that's what they're doing. Finished recent video, Earth, Moon, Earth. Interesting. I agree. After all, the devil is fallen, and this is the world. Absolutely. I believe the devil's fallen. Absolutely. Right on. Right on, Chris. I like teasing you, buddy. That's why I have a small community, man. Yeah, that was a good one. Hello. Iska, thank you very much. Wilma Baker, thank you for being here, you guys. Hello to you. Damien Honor in the house. Hello, family. Thanks, my friends. I am on Twitter. Please check me out. Ufology Canada, capital U, capital C, and you'll see Bruce sees all when you get there, and then you'll see Ufology Canada. We grew a beautiful community really quickly the first month of 4,200 people. Now we got the family set on Twitter because that's what happens. It just stopped growing there. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have a music channel. Bruce's Music. If ever you guys are curious, the friends that are here, you want to hear me playing. I'm working my ass off on the bottleneck, man, on the slide. I am liking the slide. It was my favorite music. The first time I heard a bottleneck slide, blues or even honky tonk, it was my favorite type of music. I like practicing it. What part of the UFO secret is the Ankh? Well, the Egyptian part. That Egyptians could possibly be aliens. The story in the Bible that God is light and that we can't see him and that light came down, Moses' hair turned white and whatnot. And then you have old depictions of Moses that has horns and stuff. There's a lot of stories that have been left out, right? I believe the Egyptians, and not just the Egyptians, as of the first empire, they were fed technology information from aliens. That's a fact. But the story of the Ankh is coming out. The Ankh has always been changed, right? It's been changed. You know that, right? Like the Christian cross, like all crosses, right? Turns out a post, and then the Christian cross, the first Christian cross was an upside down cross. I shouldn't say upside down cross because it wasn't upside down, but it was a cross with the two legs on the bottom, upside down cross, right? Then it changed. Then it became the devil's satanic upside down cross, like the swastika. That was a beautiful thing, still is for some Asian, religions and culture and whatnot. Forgive me for saying Asian. I don't know who exactly, right? I can only say so much, but it was a beautiful sign. And I remember myself first getting on the internet when I saw what looked like some Asian cultures or Buddhist cultures, and I saw those swastikas. I said, "What the hell is that about?" Well, it's a beautiful thing. It's the opposite happened. We see what Hitler did, and then everyone's like, "Oh, that is a bad symbol." He stole the symbol, gave it a little slant or edge on it, right? Uh, but it runs a lot deeper than that. The story about the Ankh and certain findings. And again, I believe that in Egypt is where they're hiding the UFOs, and I believe where the desert is, that's where the UFOs, most UFOs are buried. That's just a theory. What's up, man? Thank you very much, Sub Sailor. Appreciate that. The last Australian. Australia is obviously ecologically dying. I'm sorry about that, man. I know the shit going on. Chem constant with 5G saturation. Yep. Electro pollution. It's real. Mass, mostly millions, third world migration, invasion. Yep. Ongoing, obviously, media, government, compromise. Yes. And in all of our countries. Remember a couple of days ago or weeks ago when I mentioned to some of you, as some of you got offended, not anyone here, but a lot of people, when I said all the immigrants walking around my town. People are like, Bruce, no immigrants walking around your town. Yeah. 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 They're coming here. I saw them on my way up to Montreal with my mother to go to a restaurant to have some nice chicken. Walked in a restaurant, a bus pulled in with like a shitload of migrants. Without being racist, they look Mexican. And one guy says, well, how the hell did you know that they looked Mexican? I said, easy. He went, hey, Pedro, hola, amiga. Like, wake the fuck up. They're Mexican. You can tell when somebody's speaking a certain language, right? If someone goes by in the woods and is going, yet, it's a Russian. Hello. So it's pretty obviously being done that they're just bringing them into Canada. But did you hear what was in the news recently? Did you hear that Indian people from India um, left Canada? Okay, how the hell did they get here first? And on a train, like I mentioned last week, right? I mentioned that on a train. I said they're obviously coming through my town, and they're on the trains. Obviously, it's all a setup. It's deliberate. Why do you think the trains are all placed where they're placed? I'm I understand now. I understand now. I'm gonna sound like a whack job, and I do have an aluminum hat, by the way. You can be sure of that. I have that aluminum hat. Eve, man, merci mon frère. Thanks a lot, brother. I hope you're well, man. Thank you, as always. Sure, man. Right here for you. Mm, 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 mm. There you. There you go, my friend. Fluttered she is. The email. Mark from California. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for being here. Star Hunter. Thanks, man, for everything. I wonder how many that are here are looking. Yeah, I'm looking for bloody questions about the UFOs. Is anyone interested? Are you guys? I'm shitting bricks. I mean, I'm so excited about what's going to happen, and it's only a matter of time till events cannot be stopped. The aliens exist, so they're going to be here, and they're going to be flashing their bloody lights. There was one in the States the other day. Where was it? Something Springs. Just yesterday, I think. Betty Zoom. Hi, Bruce and Mods. Hugs from Niagara region. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I wonder how many that are here are looking forward to a new earth with no evil, filled with peace and love when King Jesus comes. Jury, amen to that, my friend. I am. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. And I'm positive. I'm positive that we're going to see that chance. We are going to see it. How's the weather there in Cali? Yes. How is the weather in California? You never know now. It could be snow. It could be not snow. Oh, yeah. There's lots of scary parts of the truth for sure. Lots of good stuff. Lots of bad stuff. The bad is what happened in the past in reality. Damn right. K-Cal. Tell you, man. Heather, Heron, how are you? The truth truly will set you free. I agree with that, my friend, my dear friend. Yes. Christy Marie, hola from Cali. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Gene Lee is here. As always, His Highness, buzzing our tower. Yo, peeps, do something nice for someone today. What a thoughtful gesture. Absolutely. I do it every chance I get. Open a door for someone, help a neighbor if I can. For sure. It feels good. A lot of people think that getting gifts is the best, but in reality is giving one, no matter what the price of it. If you can give something to someone, it's always fun being able to give back. I'm trying to give back to the community with this research, but I can't reach the community. That's why he keeps falling over, Lassen? Secret Gardening 1964. Hey, muchas gracias from Spain. Beautiful Spain. Thank you. They don't need to worry about whistleblowers. No one can upset their insane master plans. See, that's the ideal. Yes. Seemingly creating an out of control mass extinction event. Faith is all now. That's right. I have faith in the truth coming out from the inside that they're not going to permit it, that humans cannot be used in a secret program to kill off the race. I do not effing believe that. I believe that we have hearts. It's, not for friggin' nothing that some of these people are on drugs, right? That is a fact. Thanks a lot, His Highness. I don't know about Project Bluebeam. 10-4, Mr. Kai. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Maybe that's why they contacted me, right? Maybe that's why my work wound up August 21st, 2021 on the platform of a live Pentagon show. you know, Nobody knows that, by the way. Nobody knows that. Probably about 100 people here know that my work was presented. And I was honored to get my work presented. But saying the Pentagon owns YT, well, I don't know. I know it's not white people. That's a pretty close fact, and they're just controlling the information, is what I think. But again, you could be right. But who would own it? Like the entire Pentagon? Well, you're not crazy. The FBI owns Facebook, right? It's not for nothing that the whole internet, obviously, Google itself is a company from the Second World War. That says it all. Just like Bayer Company. Bayer Company back in the days, their Nuremberg trial and all that, these mothers were operating. Same companies, different names. Love to start seeing some wonderful truths. Well, we are, because they said there's an alien retrieval program. So we have that proof and evidence. It's being leaked out as we speak. So yay. No way. No, people want a visit of the alien spacecraft. We want to see it on TV. But what do you think they're going to say, the people, when they show it? When they show the UFO and they're going to say, that's it? That's because we're indoctrinated, as much me, in the ideal of what a spacecraft looks like. We got all this indoctrinated ideals of, you know, the trends. Everybody chooses a trend. When people that are talking about UFOs do not have their own opinions, right? You must agree with me. They either take the side of Linda Moulton Howe, then they turn around and they say, well, Luis Elizono's a liar. Then they say, hey, Mashed, defense Israel or whatever, turned around and said that aliens, American hybrid aliens that are not human, are living inside of Mars, are doing projects. And you're like, all we do is turn around and saying that's full of shit, or that's not full of shit, or that's full of shit, or that's not full of shit. They've been hiding everything. Roswell, Bob Lazar, but no, it's done. It's done. The hiding is done. And I confirm to you from what I heard, not my sources, but the sources of the person that I heard that told me he had sources, Ross Coulthard, the truth is going to seep out, and in a hell of a big way. And these guys and gals like Paula Luna and whoever's pushing to bring this truth out, I believe they are doing the real work of trying to bring it out. I believe I have enough confidence that it could be possible that on the insiders, lane, when we're talking about the intelligence community or whatnot, that it could be possible that the truth could possibly come out. Very, very possible that. I think choked on my spit. All of a sudden, they say UFO or UFU when back in the day they threw you into a mental hospital help law. Well, see that, of course, but do you understand that back in the day they knew that it was going to come out way back in the 40s and the beginning of the 1900s? But what they're going to do is all they can do is integrate an extra lie that goes into it by changing the terms. And don't forget, I talked to Silvano Trotta, who's also a private, secret investigative ufologist, by the way. He interviewed me back in the days. Back in the days, the real people connected with me and communicated with me, but then they disappeared. But that's okay. That's normal because they're still watching. But the terms always change, right? You have UFO, then you have, submerged UFOs. You got the USOs. You got a whole bunch of different terms, but it's just stupid terms they're using. Unidentified aerial task force became unidentified anomalous, sorry, phenomena or phenomena, right? Sorry. And it's just changing terms. UFOs, an unidentified flying object. Someone laughs at me, says, "No way in hell that that's a UFO." And like I keep telling the ignorantos, if I throw a hot dog at someone and smack him in the forehead and it falls in the field and he doesn't find it, he just got hit by a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object. Somebody wrote in a comment yesterday, unidentified flying objects have to have a propulsion system. Why integrate all these silly lies? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. It doesn't have to have a propulsion system. As a matter of fact, alien UFOs don't have a propulsion system, right? It's just free energy. It's a propulsion system of free energy, right? We're asymmetric the plates and whatnot, the Biefeld effects that we're showing the last streams. It's so stupid. So stupid. Negative charge in the box here, positive charge in the box here, less positive than there is negative. Get a little separation between them and just point your nose wherever you want to go, and you can travel for free anywhere. And you're not using a propulsion system, you're interacting with the neutral particles in the universe. Can you imagine that nobody would have known that in the 1950s? Guys, never mind 1950s. When I first got the internet, which wasn't that long ago, okay, you had all this information to start doing research and stuff. Why do you think that the truth is coming out? It's because people are investing time and doing the research online with the documentation that is there. So that's why they're integrating lies so that people will, wind up with information that is not necessarily factual or completely factual. They integrate a little lie in it, right? Like proto intelligence. They're studying whether plasma is intelligence or not. Elon Musk, congratulations at least for showing us some real stuff. He was able to show the plasma shield sheet around Earth during a re-entry. That was sort of cool to see, though, because I believe that Earth from out on the moon and whatnot, maybe further out, if you're looking at Earth, we'd look like a sun. We'd look like a plasma ball. We'd like a star. I think all planets probably just look like stars. Look at Mars, when you're looking through a telescope, obviously. Yeah, I know I got this silly examples. Found a perfectly round spot in a wooded area. Driving around in the Google Earth captor in my area, always wanted to go check it out. It could be a round pig pen, but who knows? Well, yeah, it could be, but I'll tell you what, Ed for Action, have you heard of the moving island in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken? I could be mistaken. It's South America or South Africa. It's the moving island. It is a round island that moves daily and can be seen in imagery moving. And it's in a circle that is perfectly round. And the island goes over to one side, and then you see the island go over to another side. You have to look that up, you guys that haven't seen that. It's on YouTube, The Moving Island. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It looks like a fake belly button there on Earth. It's like, what the hell? Very weird. Last time I looked, my birth certificate was only worth 1,000 ish. Here in Canada, it's $10,000 to $25,000 that your life is worth. Alex Jones had brought that to the table out, but it could be in the States or whatnot. But I would assume it would be worldwide. But you could absolutely be right. You could absolutely be right about the price. I heard 10, 15,000 to $25,000, and it would have been 10, 15 years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. Right on. Officially sane, my friend. I'm a slave to God, Denise Martinez says, and no one else. Come what may, respect to you. God bless. Absolutely. And really happy that you are here, because I respect the opinions, and I do really want to have religious people here. And those of you that are religiously strong-minded and strong-willed, don't feel offended that your religion or your religious bubble around you and your belief in religion has to change because I'm showing lights. Right? There's a lot of possibilities that lights can be governmental, a lot of possibility that lights can be alien, because see, aliens exist. Whether they are alien lights that I'm filming, I don't know. I believe aliens exist, though, but I'm just showing the lights that I'm filming. There's no government project in Canada that are going to come to an IGA lit area and lift up 342 drones so that some idiot like Bruce with an infrared camera can see them. That's obvious. Back in the days, Roswell, there were no drones and people didn't use the term drones, but now everyone's stuck on the term drone. Entire military thing is not about national security. Well, it's the whole secret's about national security. It's the national security are the ones that are doing, the insiders are doing these secret projects. They're lying, and the people that are hired, they're hired to lie also while they're doing these projects. And you could imagine, Lassen Foundation, there's a lot of countries that are involved. You got Russia, you have China, you have the US, and I guarantee you, probably even Canada, France, Sweden, and a whole bunch of other countries, the UK. I mean, it's obvious that it's not just, the Artemis Accord. You see how many countries signed in for the Artemis Accord? It's, I believe, but you say that the entire military thing is not about national security. Well, which military thing, though, exactly? Talk to me more in detail. National security is hiding the truth from coming out, but they're lying through their teeth. They got caught. The Pentagon's lying. Navy was lying. There's lots of departments, higher ups there that are lying, but there's also the higher up whistleblowers that are bringing shit out now, which is, it's going to be seeped out. Thank you, Anika. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So is mine, Count Derpula. My IQ is low. I use common sense. Doomsday Prophet, Brother Bruce, thank you very much, you guys, for everything. Thanks for coming back. Excuse my serious perspective, but it is incredible to see, says the last Australian, the current dying of all the fauna, insects, 90% gone. It is absolutely incredible. You know what I almost hope, the last Australian, that you're not the last Australian. And I hope that incredible shift in temperatures and everything is going to look like what seems it's going to kill off a lot of the insects, but that more new types of insects, or that they will come back, they will redevelop themselves some odd way. Now the talk is about the climate change, is that sure, the climate's changing, but now they're talking about climate variables, because some of the truth is going to come out. So I hope you all know what's going to happen. You have the scientists, that UFO disclosure we're all waiting for. It's not only going to be about UFO disclosure, it's going to be physics disclosure, It's going to be religious disclosure. It's going to be scientific disclosure. The truth about the theory of relativity in 1905, Isaac Newton 1666, Nikola Tesla, all these projects that everyone's doing. It's pretty serious, but they are back engineering alien exotic technology, guys. Who says that that's not what's destroying our weather? Or who says, it's not just diversions that are happening? Who says it's not the aliens doing all of this? So, do you understand what's on the table? All these things are going to be talked about. You think people were fighting back in the days about Roswell being real or not? Imagine now we have extra points in there. Now we'll talk about the Congress, we talk about the US defense. We're going to talk about Canada with the Sky Project they're doing. So what the hell is Sky Project? The people that are doing the UFO report for Canada speak French. So what province do you think they're going to be in? I guarantee you it's going to be in Quebec. The same province, the same table where they decided to drop the bombs during the World Wars. It was here in Montreal, right? You do know that, right? At the table here, right? Lots of things were decided here. Doria, Montreal. Mind Control, MK Ultra, Montreal. Franklin, Doria Institute, bringing people from the other side through tunnels, just along the border, a couple kilometers away from me here. I have a video up on the Doria Institute. That's Project Paperclip. That's Helm, that was in charge of the CIA under the rule of Maurice Duplessis here in Quebec at that given moment, that they destroyed 20 to 30,000 files that were all the names and all about the experimentation, mind control that they were doing. DARPA got caught in FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests. I mentioned it last stream in 2013, having done mind control experimentation on people. What the hell? What the hell's going on? DARPA did mind control and experiment on people. So, yes, Doomsday Prophet. Damn right. I've seen things in the air and never till I moved to Ontario. Betty Zoom, you're in the right place. And you recently, Betty, you must have heard of the recent meteorites that actually hit the ground. Is it Niagara on the Lake or around your region, Niagara Falls, and in Ontario, and also some weather phenomena that's happening. Some big changes. We're in the history books as much Ontario as here in Quebec with the drastic changes. Gary, how are you, man? All of this is just to hide the fake firmament, make arms for non-ending banker-funded ground wars, and keep us believing there isn't what you're showing. Thank you, Gary. Absolutely. Yeah, because the system would not work, right, if the moon was exposed, because they wouldn't get their funding. There would be a whole lot of stops to everything. That's a fact. Right on, Mr. X. Indeed. Thank you very much. Made it to alive for once. Religion. Ha 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 ha. That old chestnut. Yeah, listen. Religion. You got to agree with me, guys. Religion is both the most beautiful thing in the world, and if used in a bad way, could really hinder someone from seeing the truth. But I really can't take away that I know a lot of people, including my brother, that have read the Bible and that in religion have found truth in it. But I hear you, Mr. X, indeed. But I'll be honest with you. I'm careful with what I give as an opinion to religion. I can accept there's a good use for religion. I agree with that for a fact. Just it can't not. So too many people have quit drugs doing that. Some people have stopped abusing women by looking into the Bible. Some people hide being bad people into the Bible. So there's a good and evil side to everything, I think. But I don't think it's bad for anyone that's curious. Either you're interested through curiosity, or you invest time in becoming a theologist to try to find out what's going on. It's that for me, those documents are just documents. When somebody shows something online that's written words, I will get impressed by words with the poetry or something beautiful. But if somebody tells me something that's very convincing in words, it remains intriguing, but you still want to have that evidence and proof. So, no disrespecting any researcher, but look at it the way you want. Linda Moulton Howe and all these people, they're not using cameras, right? They're doing work at interviewing other people. They're not bringing the evidence to the table, but there's still a great deal of interest in what people are talking about because they're very interesting subjects, right? Talking about aliens and actual aliens. But there's a problem. The government says that aliens don't exist, and you got people on the other side saying they exist. That's like me. I'm just as bad saying that there's vegetation on the moon, that it's raining and snowing up there, and people are like, the moon's desolate and dead. So there's some common sense in that has to be done. So, Eve, merci, thank you. Yeah, thanks to you guys that got me up to the 102,000 subscribers. Don't go up very fast, unfortunately, but I'm more than honored to see that. At least it will continue to grow. I hope the channel will continue to grow. Another stream coming up tonight at 8 o'clock for you all. Thanks again, Anika. I love you guys. Crazy Music Space Jam. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. JB Ronce. Freedom from religion. Yeah, and I'm open to both sides. Like, I understand the good side to religion. Those that come here and say, put your, love in Jesus. I'm not even talking about that. To be honest with you, I'm just sitting and waiting. And another thing that my God did tell me, if you don't know who I am, just sit and wait for me. I can vouch for you that he told me that, just don't worship the devil, right? And I try not to. But what we do is we follow the rules and laws of the devil's running the earth, right? In reality, devil's not a myth or a story. We're living through a devilish, fire, hell, and pain. They say there's fire, the pain in hell. Well, yeah, and get this: continual fire and pain, and no death. That doesn't mean nobody dies. That means the elongated, painful life that humans go through. They feel everything emotionally. We feel everything physically. That's a lot for a brain. Would you not think? All that emotional strain, and that's not even talking about somebody who has undergone some traumatic moments or whether have gone to war or not, PTSD, whatever, the problems that we encounter. Humans, we should all be working together, that when you go out and work, a couple hours a day, it should be just for your own food and stuff. All of us together, free construction wood, because everybody makes wood in the morning. Isn't it so stupid? Never understood that. Well, it costs a lot for that. That costs a lot for that. The only reason why things cost a lot, guys, is the way the system was developed. If we redesign the system, there's no need to have people murdering people for money for $15 and chopping someone's head off for $15, or because they're mad at somebody else worshiping some other god. We have to get rid of all that is hindering humans of evolving and getting ahead. That's what we have to do. There's always going to be two sides. There's always going to be two human beings. There's going to be the good ones and the bad ones. It's nothing is ever going to change humanity, so that we are all good. As a matter of fact, the reason why some of us are excessively good, and I ain't talking about me, but I mean good, really good inside, like completely good, is because they do have a negative thought sometimes. The yin, the yang. You have darkness and light together, you're gonna have good and evil. That's the way I look at it. Dark, light, good, evil. Where there's a whole room of brightness and there's only light. Well, what's around that brightness? Darkness. Always going to be darkness. But a powerful person can tap into that negative, evil, darkness and transform it to a white light, right? If you're in the darkness, you can't see. So someone who's dark and evil will be not seeing the path because there's no illumination, right? If you're in the light, you're going to have always an illuminated path, and you're always going to be surrounded by the light. And the darkness is always going to be around you, but outside of your bubble. I killed the devil a long time ago. Killed him a long time ago. I know he's got a lot of cousins, a lot of copycats and whatnot, but I'm not afraid of that. Not afraid of the negative energies and stuff like that. But you have to protect yourself against negative energy. Most of us don't go to bed and have a thought that it'd be nice tomorrow if when we wake up something good will happen in Canada, or maybe something good will happen in Africa, or I do that all the time. I'm continually trying to do it all the time, and sometimes, not sometimes, all the time when I go to bed, I speak to a higher being, and I also ask him to destroy the evil people that are on this earth, like the elites and whatnot. I don't ask for them to suffer. I ask for them to fuck off, to leave, to be gone, right? The system is going to be redesigned and good times are coming. I believe in 2026 we're all going to be free, but the most free that we have ever been. Artificial intelligence will design good programs and good systems for us. It will not only be used for nefarious reasons like war and whatnot. It will help handicap people. But along the line, I know those of you that are awake are saying it ain't going to happen. We still have to be positive somewhere. If you don't believe, that that can change, or that whatever's written is going to continue on, you know, I look at it a different way. I don't see things happening because they were written. I see things happening because a corrupt government is doing what's written in the Bible to make people believe that. Anyways, I can go deep on that, but I won't. Alan Cap. And why? Because I just respect all of your opinions. I don't get mad at people for telling me to be only in Jesus and whatnot. I don't think of it. I just try to do good in life. Try to do good. I believe that they're up there watching over us and whatnot. Uh, I'm not mad at him or whoever's up there because there's pain going on here, but I'm not stupid. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. I'm disappointed in the creator for not stopping the pain that's here on earth, because he could. And anyone that tells me that he couldn't is just ridiculous. But he works in mysterious ways, Bruce. We got to better our system. We have to make our system a lot better. And people can continue being religious, but they have to have one foot on earth at the same time. I think that's very important. I agree with that too. And again, I'm not hiding it. I agree that the Bible has twisted a lot of people's heads. I also agree that the Bible has guided people. I've heard just prisoners, lots of them, talking about how it guided them, it got them out and stuff. But it depends how you look at the book. Maybe you're looking at it the same way I am. I'm curious about the book. I love the book. It's interesting. Yes, some things are happening in it, in what was written, but I take it with a grain of salt and I'm very careful. But I don't go around telling people that religion's not real or that God's not real or whatnot. Hell no, I wouldn't be doing that. Yann Ruki, salut à toi. Doomsday, thank you. And I learned from my American friends. No Canadian taught me this. Okay. Okay. Alex Jones, I learned from the researchers, and all the way from David Icke, even knowing that David Icke at the beginning is a video of him saying he's Jesus Christ, by the way. A lot of people say it's not true. And then I listened to what he said and then say, Bruce, but if you know that he said he was Jesus Christ and you don't believe that he is, I didn't say that. He's saying that. Um, why are you listening to what he's saying? Well, because he's speaking intelligently. If somebody speaks intelligently, even if he has, bad example, purple hair, I don't like the blue hair anymore. Why do you think that, they had the blue hair? They were preventing the 5G. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But no, seriously, I learned a lot by Americans. I don't know anything about Canadian politics, and unfortunately, I know everything about America, from the Constitution to how the Senate works and the Congress works, and Republicans and Democrats, because it is a leading country and because they're the ones doing the harm. The government, not Americans, right? The government, the ones higher up there are doing shit. Look at Trudeau destroying Canada. What do you think Russian people are going to think of Canada now? Unfortunately, I know they're smart enough to understand that it's not like It's not the people of any country doing any damage. That's such a sad thing. Even China, it's the CCP, the government over there. It's not the people of China, even though they are indoctrinated. There's never been a group of people that have been more indoctrinated, or let me put it another way. There's never been a group of people under so much strain, stress, and laws and whatnot. Why do you think, maybe this is stereotypical or racist? I hope it isn't. Why do you think Chinese people are so damn good, the kids on the instruments? Do you actually think it's because Chinese people play better? No, they don't. It's because the parents are pushing the kids. It's a law over there. Everyone's pushing. They go to school all friggin' week, don't they? Like what, 12 hours a day? All the time learning and stuff? That's not a life. That is no life. 4-year-olds playing concertos and Bach and everything, like it's incredible. They're 3-4 years old. They can play violin. They can do everything. Don't tell me they're not indoctrinated, and don't tell me they're not even beaten. Most of them. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Look at our kids in Canada, Americans and stuff. I became a bus driver after I was driving a medical bus. And I couldn't believe the 17 and 18-year-olds and 16-year-olds walking around with Pokemon school bags. They were whipping elastics and throwing gum in girls' hairs. And I don't know. There's something about that. When you see a Somalian kid, like 5, 7, or 9 years old, with an AK-47 in a boat with 3 kid friends that climb up a big boat to take it over. We're not teaching our kids enough responsibility here. We know nothing. Could you imagine? Never mind the kids. I'm talking about me. Okay. I don't know anything about a garden. I have an idea. Seed goes in hole, water. Seed goes in hole, water. Right? How deep? Who knows? Seed up, seed down. Is it important? Who knows? How long does it take to grow? What's the temperature that has to grow? I don't know. And people are only going to see that when the system goes down. You know who's going to be the most popular people when the system completely goes down? And it will, guys. It's a good thing, though. It has to go down. Out with the old and with the new. When it goes down, the Mennonites are going to be very popular. People are going to be knocking at their doors. They're not going to see nothing happen. It's going to be a regular day for them. When the lights go down, oh my God, no running water, no this and no that. But I saw some young kids and I like their mentality. Back to the horse and buggy. So be it. Back to the horse and buggy. But the poor kid said, back to the horse and buggy. He goes, I don't care. It'll be horse and buggy. And I'll just, walk around with my telephone and my, what telephone? There's not going to be telephone when the grid goes out. There'll be nothing. Be back to the AM/CB radios, with the batteries and car batteries to be able to talk. That's another thing I have to invest time in there. I used to have a base here, not an underground base, but a base, a CB base. Used to have some good CBs. It's something that eventually might be a little practical, once the grid goes down. Hey, thanks a lot, you guys, for stopping by. Alan, thank you very much, man. Early evening in the UK. Right on. Okay, flora, not fauna. Right. Natural fauna is near extinct too. Yes, I wasn't going to fight with even the fauna, but maybe it wasn't 90%. But no, yeah, I totally get you. Birds are flocking to my place for food. No insects, reptiles, etc. It's sad, and especially you guys in Australia, especially you guys that see the nature. Here in Canada, nature's hidden. There is no nature in Canada. You got beavers in the woods. When I've only seen 3 in my life. I've only seen 3 moose in my life, also, and not mooses, by the way. And here you got birds and squirrels. Aside from that, but you know how it started, eh? You saw in Florida when the iguanas and everything, the chameleons or iguanas. Just forgive my stupidness. Falling out of the trees in Florida because they were frozen in the morning. People picking them up and bringing them on the grass to thaw out. Remember the camels in the desert that were in the snow? All these videos, they didn't really linger or brag on showing people that. What about the islands that separated themselves at the other end of this world? I don't know where it was. A whole island, a piece of an island separated, started turning around and then sank. Landslides are happening around the world. You know, the Antarctica. Lots of stuff is going to happen eventually. That's for sure. A lot of you, like me, are saying 2024 is going to be a very crazy year for some new stuff. Get a glass of water here, you guys. Everybody says be careful for the coming of a false prophet. What if the false prophet came 1,000 years ago? Anybody think of that one? Who knows? Right on. Hello, humans. Hungover. Well, of course, it was Alex's birthday. Do you have a good time, my brother? Yeah, right on that. Right on, Alex. I'll try not to speak too loud, brother. Alex's birthday. Congratulate him and wish him a happy birthday, you guys. Just the other day. First time I heard of Thoth was when Anika came by. She didn't know all about the Ankh also. Do you know that Egyptians and gods, they all had the Ankh in their name, right? Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun? It's part of a name. It's in their name, and it was for a reason. Thanks a lot, man. Kingdom L, thank you very much. There's no hiding on the moon, the space aliens, because Bruce sees all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Denise says religion means doing the same thing over and over like crapping. Spirituality is love. I like that one. I like that one. I'm a spiritual person, so I can relate with you on that one. Well said. Yeah, I get it, Alan. Thanks, man. Thank you very much, you guys. Greatly appreciate that. Tomek, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much, man. Strange experience with the lady on a Discord server, and it's safe to say that lady really wasn't right in the middle. Oh, we get a lot of those, eh? Oh, that would be our friend Lisa Eckerly. Yes. Lisa Eckerly assumes. You see, a lot of people assume that I have fake channels. I don't. And I showed everyone what my channels are because I logged in and I showed it, you know. I got better things to do than disliking someone's channel, honestly. But we have a lot of trolls that come around. We have also Peter Benton, be on the lookout. He has a channel up here. He goes around with Lisa Eckerly to try to communicate with some people in the community here and tries to get them to leave. Elias let us know the other day. You know, a lot of people get emails about things like that. Some people are going to say Bruce Boy, and you know what that is, Mr. X? Indeed, is that they want people to get sick and tired of some of the people saying that, saying, "What the hell is he saying? I'm Bruce," and you know, and Brucey Boy. You can be sure if they say Brucey Boy, it's because that's my favorite expression. That was for John Walson when he used to come and also attack my channel. It was Johnny Boy. So, but they haven't stopped. They haven't stopped. In the hiding, they continue. And she said, if you're not Bruce, you're actually Darla. Yes, because the biggest thing was that she was my mother. And then there was, and even if she would have been, what would it have been to them? And I love teasing them, right? We both have different fucking names. It's hilarious, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Those are the same people. It goes back to Miss Here channel, YouTube channel also. She's not allowed commenting anymore, so they work for me. Yes, Darla. Continually having to apologize, right? Because that's what they do. Darla's popular. She was my first subscriber here. first subscriber, one of the first ones. I remember that first month. Yeah, now you know the truth. Most outstanding observation is the mass are in deep and militarized generational hypnosis. Damn right. Mind control exists, my friend. Few remain cognitive to the treat. Most are retarded. Yes, absolutely. They are, Kai. I'm seeing that now. Lots of police departments closing up. It's going to get interesting soon. Absolutely. Is it Detroit? I got some friends here from Detroit too. Detroit, before I get off here, they closed down the police station. They got like 20 cops in town, and now there's the call boxes. So unless you're being murdered, unless there's blood, it's not going to happen. Cops aren't going to go to your house. Hey, Tri-Lam to Delta in the house. Thank you very much. Sombrero and Mariachi band beside him. Give it away. I love tortillas. Sí, comprende. Heard. Heird or Heard? Heird. Miss Heard. She pronounces it Miss Heard. And she writes misheard so people will pronounce it right. Are you misheard? Yeah, that's another big cow. You guys look her up, Miss Heard, online. I think many of the symbols we see around the world are results of plasma arcing. Yes, that's an interesting one. Yes, I agree with that. That caused eerie geometry like squatting man, petroglyph. Yes, petroglyph, and even the Ankh. Absolutely. Frequencies on plates, right? When you put the sand on a vibrating plate and you put different frequencies, different hertz in it, and you get the beautiful symbols, the candelabrums and everything that come out, all these circles and squares, triangles, and shapes. That's where we talked about it last stream. I believe all the geometric shapes that we know of today are from those tests. So the ancient civilizations would have been far more advanced than us. I believe that 100%. 100%. Yes, Mr. X, indeed. Oh, yes, and be careful not to call her cuckoo because she'll start a website on you saying Mr. X is Darla. What the fuck would that change? you know? But I thank you all. When you see the people doing that, please play with their minds, guys. MK Ultra. I am the mind controller here because the trolls work for me. So when somebody comes up to you and starts saying, you don't want to be here and stuff like that, turn around and answer the trolls that are attacking you here in the community. Hi, I'm Darla. That'll be a good one. Play with their minds a little bit. They're already half nuts. Lisa Eckerly, inbred chick, thinks she was going to do something here. Right on. Same. Yeah. But that's it. That's why I say we're gonna have fun at the fair in Ormstown because we're gonna have one drink session, one weekend as we go camping. Right on. Good for you, man. Bruce, I seen a big giant moving truck. Bruce, I seen a big giant moving truck pull up across the street from me, and then a small little van pulled up beside the moving truck, and then 6 guys jumped out of the small little van, and then they jumped into the big moving van. The driver of the small van closed the door and drove away and into the night. Tell me why they weren't smuggling illegals and they looked like Mexicans. Exactly. Exactly. There's no two ways about it. That's exactly what they're doing. When animal is threatened and it remains docile, it has been serious compromised. Am I being threatened? Oh, hell yeah. Of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've had all the death threats. Only thing they said they weren't going to do with me was put me in a barrel and throw me in the ocean because I was too fat. But now there's a possibility. All the gold surrounding the Egyptians always makes me wonder, why and how they used gold. Well, there you go. There you go. You're saying something intelligent. Because the problem is that's just like Stonehenge. The Stonehenge has nickel plates on the top that like laser cut into the stone. Those plates are sitting there holding the stones up in position. I saw them. I saw those images. You could look them up. They're not fake. They're real images. And you go look over there in those images, and you see that there was definitely a foundries. Nickel. You have to heat nickel 5,000 degrees, and when you work with aluminum and stuff like that, it spits at you and stuff. You need a competence. You have to know what you are doing. So Arrow, Kirkpatrick, Sean is lying. Sean, um, Sheen or Sing, whatever his name is, the guy, the whistleblower, is bringing that proof out. So the one in charge of Arrow right now is lying through his teeth. So they are screwed. They're gonna have to tell the truth. So don't believe anything that they're saying, guys. Karen Fitzpatrick, thank you so much for being here. Enormous consciousness awareness now. Lesson, absolutely. Yep. Hey, Bruce, I need a bit of advice on something you might know a bit about. The Dobsonian Skywatcher 200. It's a bit of a beast. Any tips and tricks for it? No, I've never used a Dobsonian. I know there's Dobsonian. I'm not using a Dobsonian, but no, I wouldn't be able to give you any tips or tricks about that, except for I can give you a tip and trick about any telescope, and it's to use the least possible application or programs on it and to film your raw footage. Did you know the government sells programs to clarify your image? Do you know that those effing programs will take all the UFOs out of your footage? There's a shit show going on, and they're deliberately doing that to hide the truth. I'm telling you, point your telescope out there and Dobsonian, so you'll be probably doing stars, nebulae, and whatnot. Sorry, man. I don't think they're lights. I think they're plasma thrusters that flash for stability or acceleration. Thank you. Of course, a plasma system. They're designing a plasma propulsion system. The Pentagon themselves were doing that. Yep, heard of Deca. That I don't know about Quora. Hey there, Jules. How are you? Thanks, Crazy Music Space Jam. Doomsday Prophet, same mentality, same idea. Yes, I assure you all the veil will soon be lifted. We're going to know a whole lot of good stuff. Next report is going to be barreling in. We don't know when it's going to be, but I can't friggin' wait. It could be, Alan. And don't forget, Project Bluebeam doesn't exist, right? If you look up Project Bluebeam, there is no documentation that proves that Bluebeam exists, but could be that it exists. Don't forget they hide the projects. Want to ask you, do you think these smaller craft are flying into bigger ships when they just disappear? Yes, I film them. I filmed them smashing into each other, not all the time. I have once, and I filmed several times lights being spit out of them. I've even filmed one that is scanning the atmosphere. They're definitely blocking me for those things because some of the stuff that I showed is out of this world and definitely definitely top secret. So thank you very much for stopping by, everyone. Pictures of the ship. Which ship do you want to see? I have a real ship. spacecraft landed in my yard. Do ships even exist? There's a special kind of craft. I could show you. What do you want to see craft on Earth, or do you want to see craft um, in space? Let's share the screen here. Here's the secret. There's nothing else, and I assure you all, these are spacecraft. Do you know anyone that can show you spacecraft? They're landing on the moon. You're looking at several spacecraft here. Okay, let's try that again. Let's close it up because it doesn't want to work. A little biatch. I'm going to open it back up and open it up here again. And there you go. Press play and put the volume back down. There you go. So these are several spacecraft going by, and some are landing. You can see the propulsion systems at the back left there while it's going to the right. And you see the one on top is going to go downwards. You're going to see the propulsion system over top. Smaller lights going underneath. I proved there's clouds there. Little lights going by. But that's a spacecraft far away on the moon. I got one coming down in my yard. You have to look it up. Look that one up. I show it all the time. Spacecraft flying around literally in the lunar atmosphere. It's not even part of the divulgation that is going to come out. So just to let you know how secret it is, the Pentagon is going to completely admit that there's aliens here, but that's 0.1% of the secret, you know? So it doesn't really matter if they talk about that. I mean, seriously, that, okay, these videos are all different UFO vehicles on the moon. All this, all of them. So the government, I'm not too worried about them hiding the truth. They're full of shit. I caught more UFOs than Canada has ever declared, ever having caught. Do you know that? They declare all the bullshit that, we get about 1,000 or 1,500 UFO sightings here per year. That's bullshit. We get a lot more than that. A lot more than that, honestly. The big thing now is saying the Pentagon's flawed UFO report demands congressional action. So more people are going to want Congress to talk about what is going on. March 8th, the Department of Defense published the most significant report on UFOs in at least 2 generations. See the bullshit they're saying? A congressionally mandated historical review of U.S. government involvement with unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP. But the problem is, it's that we got the public report. Now, what the hell happened in the private report? You can only imagine what they said. Unfortunately, the report from the Pentagon All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW, contains an array of striking omissions and one particularly egregious, okay, I would say ridiculous misinterpretation. So it's being called a misinterpretation, literally what the Pentagon has done. The result of this misleading report, which, like so much government UFO related propaganda over 7 decades, tells the reader just to move on. Nothing to see here. That's what the Pentagon has replied. To start, it makes no mention of how the US government official investigation of UFOs began. In a landmark of 1947 memo, Lieutenant General and future Chairman and Joint Chiefs of Staff Nathan Twining stated that UFOs are real and not visionary or fictitious. He also described their flight characteristics as including extreme rates of climb, extreme maneuverability, and action which must be considered evasive when sighted or contacted by friendly aircraft and radar. Nor does Arrow's report mention the earliest surviving intelligent assessment of UFOs, a late 1948 analysis that found many UFO reports came from observers who, because of their technical background and experience, do not appear to be influenced by unfounded sensationalism, nor inclined to report explainable phenomena as new types of aerial devices. Citing reports from trained and experienced U.S. Weather Bureau personnel from early 1947, they omitted document noted multiple observations of strange metallic discs with a flat bottom with rounded tops. Note that these incidents predated by several months the widely publicized June 1947 incident, by the way, that catalyzed the flying saucer era. That story, when it came out, the flying saucer story, there was no flying saucer. It's that an object was seen skipping off a river and bounced off a river like something that was saucer shaped. So, in other words, they're talking about a skipping rounded rock just skipping off the river. Then flying saucer came out, and that's when some of the lies started coming out. That's when they brought up the movies with the round UFO spacecraft. But the intention of that is always for a future lie. So then they said, hey, look, today we know they're not even round, most spacecraft. They're of all shapes and sizes. Why? Well, it's the propulsion system. It's not fuel that's inside of these craft, maybe not even beings inside of them. It's something interacting with neutral particles and that is skipping along, bending space and time, teleporting themselves literally, because um what's the term? Quasi projection. They are quasi projecting themselves. And I have a theory that maybe those lights are not exactly yet infiltrated or inside of our atmosphere, but that they are able to have eyes inside of our physical world by flying around with those lights. So whether they're alien probes or not, I mean, it's not ridiculous to think so. So honestly, other incidents involved silver discs or balls of fire that stalked world. That was my nickname in school. I'm kidding. That stalked World War II air crews over the European Pacific theaters. The Associated Press, Reuters, New York Times, all the corrupt, right? Newsweek, Stars and Stripes, and the now defunctional International News Service referred to contemporaneously, I wish they used English, to mysterious silver colored spheres and silver balls which float in the air. So they're talking about this back in the 1940s, and you have, you know, the Mosul UFO, which is a bloody sphere, right? A silver sphere. So you wonder, Wow. Mark, weather has been crazy here. I suspect government intervention. I agree with you on that. I know that there's a major change in the climate and stuff, but I'm afraid that that's why now the government is going to make the changes and take advantage of what's already naturally changing. I believe that 100%. Really do. And thank you so much for coming by and listening to me, everyone. Auntie Honey, hello. Get a nozzle for hose. So when Garrett, I will, Auntie Honey, I will. I promise I will. And for those of you that don't know the story, I won't get into it, but I'll just leave it at that. That yeah, a lady came by and was using her age, an elderly lady, pushing it upon me, being his big 307-pound guy at that time, 310 pounds. I don't know how big I was, telling me that she's allowed to shit on my lawn with her dog, that she has 4.5 to 5 feet on the edge of the lawn. So she made a mistake, came onto my lawn When she came onto my lawn, right up to my feet, I was sitting on a hose. The hose was bent over. I was just waiting for the dog to poop because I wasn't even going to spray the dog. I was going to say, ma'am, like, get your dog out and whatnot. But she threw herself on the ground. And when she threw herself on the ground, oh no, that was it. But that was after I sprayed her. So I literally sprayed her. I unfolded the hose, pointed it to her camera that she was filming me. She called the police. Police officer went over to her house. But when she showed him the video, and she says, you were on his lawn, like right at his balcony. That's like 8 feet onto his lawn. And your dog was going to shit right there beside him. That was a bit teasing him. She says, but look what he did. So he says, there's no law against spraying people, but he says, you can't do that. And he goes, and he started to laugh. And he said, my boss just didn't know what to do. He just said, there's nothing we haven't seen in this freaking town. Okay. So if you don't want to go to jail, someone's bothering you, just spray them. Long story short. Thank you very much, Auntie Honey. So thanks so much, everyone, for stopping by. Thanks for the interest in my research. That's right, Doomsday. They will, Doomsday. They will lose in the end, guys. Game Cat, Behemoth, thank you very much. Thanks for the generous contributions also, everyone. I would say Great Britain, but there's nothing great anymore. You know what's left of the greatness of there? The people. It's only the little bit of people, goodness people, that are still going to be there. That's like the little bit of people left in Ireland that are actually from Ireland, right? So the ideal was to make people feel bad about talking about immigrants when we all already are. We've been raised, most of us, to understand that live and let live and that everyone's welcome in the country. But they have to come in and not be killers, murderers, or bring in fentanyl. Anybody who disagrees with that is part of the problem, is what I say. Ignorant? No, they're part of the problem. Yes, they can absolutely be AI controlled. There's maybe absolutely nothing flying around in them, but not meaning it's impossible to have aliens flying around in craft. See, this is what's important to keep into mind. So, yeah, I believe it. Passport system is alien. I believe that. Absolutely. I believe our system is alien also. Well, thanks a lot, you guys. Thank you very much, Anika and everyone. Firmly believe things like Hawaii fires. So I will be blamed on aliens using dues. Yes, and people will believe it. Yeah. You see, but that's the thing. They need a little diversion. So you got to be smart, and you are. So you got to be open-minded. Doomsday Prophet and everyone, I really thank you for coming by here. I'm sorry not having been able to answer everyone's comment. Shooting down UFOs since 1947. Star Under, I believe that for a fact. And they've been retrieving alien craft since that time also, I'm pretty sure. Twitter, Rumble, thank you so much. Take the time to subscribe to this channel if you want to be up to date with the #1 channel on the internet with UFO videos on the moon and the activity that's going on in the back. I am filming hundreds of UFOs, up to 342 in only one evening. And in 2 weeks, I got 7 to 8 days of filming in 2 weeks at the end of 2023. And I filmed 1,600 UFOs in that 2-week period for 7 days. Remember, it started out 342, then 147 UFOs, and then 280 UFOs. It's every night that they are here. And I've even filmed some during the day. So please help this free channel grow, support it by subscribing to it. And that way, come and join in the live streams. I don't block the live streams from people for only subscribers, but it would help this channel grow. Thumbs up also was greatly appreciated. I love you guys. Thanks, mods, and thanks for the generous contributions to each and every one of you. Anika, Crazy Music, Space Jam. Tomek, thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you, guys. And Auntie Honey, I appreciate that. I will get that nozzle. And I'll be talking to you guys this evening. And of course, not just this evening. I'm going to start preparing yet again another video. You appreciate all the hard work, guys. Keep coming back. I'm looking, waiting for the moon. I mean, it's like we're living in a war zone where we hardly get a chance to see the moon. But I have not forgotten. The sun is not active right now. When it is, and it will be soon in a couple of days, I will also be getting that for you. Go back and look at the sun videos that I've been filming. Thank you, everyone. Check out the short videos too. I made a couple of short videos to inspire people from wanting to look at the longer ones. But in reality, if you're looking at the long videos, that's where you want to be. Thanks again, everyone, for subscribing. Talk soon. Bye-bye for now.